Well, if you remember that 500 motor that was sitting on the bench, that's the one that's going in this frame, the XT, 78 XT 500. This motor here is one that I had in the frame, but my swapping around, I ended up getting the wrong motor and the wrong frame, serial number wise. So I've got that straightened out now, the correct serial number. Though these two motors are only several digits apart in the number sequence, though this one actually came out of a TT, but it's the same motor as the XT. It doesn't. There's no difference. Just little bits and pieces that they put on the frame is different, or leave off the frame for the TT. But I rebuilt that motor, and this motor that I took out is actually a good motor, but I'll see what I want to do with that. I'll probably tear it down just for the heck of it. I've got a better set of cases for a TT that I could put these guts into if I wanted. Because I like to have a spare motor, so I'll probably assemble one out of parts. But like I say, that one was made out of parts. This motor that is sitting here, I had been buying parts off of eBay, and all of a sudden I figured, well, I got enough parts, I'll make a motor. So I made a motor. But then I stuck it in this frame, and, now I'm trying to get it. It didn't matter when I was using it off-road, but I would be running it on the street. Well, I wanted to get that straightened away. It's good to see it back in there again. Now I just got to bolt on all the goodies, but XT is not too complicated, and the motor really pops in and out of there relatively easy. There's only like 6 bolts holding it in there. But I tell you, if any one of them 6 bolts gets loose, the whole damn thing will shake. Especially that top motor mount. You break that, you'd swear the thing was coming apart. So you kind of got to space them right when you're tightening them down. You can't just throw them in there. Now the motor that I put in there is a stock motor with a few slight alterations. It's I put the dual rocker feed oil line on it, because the original ones had a single one, which really wasn't enough. There are some odds and ends that I changed, but nothing performance-wise, really. More just for the long life of the motor. And I'm running a regular XT carburetor on that. Most of the time I tend to go with the 36 or 38, but for just practicality's sake, I'm going to run the stock XT because I'm not really concerned about performance in this. I'll build a high performance motor, but I'm trying to set this up to use on the street, and the two things really don't go together very well. So, like I say, pretty much stock motor with a few little tweaks. And I realized today I haven't made a video for a while. But it's funny because I didn't feel that way because I actually have done several videos, 3 or 4 anyway, that I just gave up on uploading. I just decided, there's no point. I have come to the conclusion that society is pretty much at an end, at least of Western society. There's just too much weird crap going on. In fact, the other day, yesterday it was, I got up, turned on the phone, no signal. I thought that's weird. Turned on the other phone, no signal. Well, eventually it kicked in again, but at that time, I was thinking, okay, did they finally say the hell with it and turn everything loose? Because first thing I would notice, or most people notice, would be the phone system will go out. Either in a nuclear scenario or, there's just so many disaster scenarios that is going to show first in the phone system. It's like the canary in the coal mine. And their intention is to shut the phone system down if something goes on anyway. First thing you got to get rid of is communication for the citizens. The government's got their own communication system. But if everything goes quiet, it means something's going down. So I thought that was the deal yesterday for a while. And then I went out by the highway there, and the first thing I see drive by is two military vehicles, kind of like a Humvee, but bulkier. I don't know what they were, if they were some kind of communication thing. I don't know. I had never seen them before. At least not that I'm aware of, but they keep changing the design on them. So I thought, okay, that's something. Then state patrol car goes whipping by right after that. And I'm thinking, okay, something's up. I don't know. But it's a hell of a thing when you live with the thought that things could completely fly to hell at any moment without any notice. Because they ain't going to give you any notice. Uh, the people in the know are set up for this. Any government officials and stuff, they got their bunkers, and this is all lined up ahead of time. In fact, I think that's a big thing that they're a little pissed about. Trump, if he has information on that system that they have in place, because they've had that for quite a while, all these various bunkers and this whole alternative government that can just step in and take over. They've had this for a long time. It's nothing new. Postal system has it, banking system has it. They're all set up for the great disaster. And I thought maybe we had it. Because, like I say, it could be anything. It could be a revolution of some sort, which we're just really heading toward. And it's kind of what they want. They would love it. The powers that be would love it if people would revolt, because then they can really clamp down. Like now, they have to kind of pretend that this is a democracy, that the people are in control. But if there's a sign of a revolution, then they can clamp down. Then they're free to do whatever the hell they want. They got plans for this. They got plenty of plans. Won't do you any good, but they'll be fine. So, like I say, I do a video, talk it out, and then I decide, there's no point. I think, like they used to say, the end is near. I think the end is near. I don't think this is something, people are thinking, the midterms, we'll catch them on the midterms. I don't think this is something you can vote your way out of. You can vote your way into this sort of thing, but I think you got to fight your way out of it. They have every intention of cracking down on you. And in fact, like I say now, cracking down to the point where you rebel, because that's what they want. So I'll sit back and watch the show. But yesterday, I thought the show had started. But it annoys me when I think the fact is that it could happen at any time. And on we go. with a crazy president. Well, half of the government is crazy. Really, at least three-quarters of them people just need to be gone. But, you know, they're aware of it. They're scared of it, which is why they are prepared for it. Yeah, well, I'll get back to work. Got a lot of bits and pieces. Going to make a few other changes to the frame, the exhaust, that sort of thing. But that was a big thing. Get the motor in. And I think I will tear the top end off that old motor just to find out what kind of condition it's in. It was running, but like I say, it was put together out of odds and ends. So we'll see. But right to have the right numbered motor in there.